Welcome to another episode of Big Al's Big Tips.
Hello, everybody. It's Big Al with some more content for War of Nova. On this one, I am going to be doing a guide on Cipher, and this guide is provided to you because of Cato. Took the time to set one up. So I am going to go by what he has said, so please follow with me. So for your Lord of the Rings Rise to War comparison, he is kind of like Skull and Lurtz. So, highlights. It's a high early round and overall damage output. It has high base power and it's easy to increase respect and not much needed. That's because it is a rare ship. So free to play friendly. Some concepts. The strengths are it's a solid base power, it's free to play friendly, incredible early round damage, it's got strong damage applications. It's nukes to target vulnerable units. It's consistent, and it's not reliant on faction specific units. Um, let's take a look at the skill tree to start. So, as you can see, I don't have them unlocked. But let's just go through some of the skills. And I'm going to go through to Respect 3 because, honestly, at this point in the game and where we're at, a lot of this is theory crafting. This is just testing on what we have. It's a new game for all of us Rise to War players. But hopefully this helps not only of the new Rise to War players that have come over, but also the newer players that just start the game. So, you have a damage booster, and this is just standard damage dealt from your capital ship. Now the sub skills. Against 2 enemy units, deals 40% standard damage, targets next damage received plus 2%. And this fires off in round 1, 4, 7, and 10. So firing off in round 1 is something that's nice. Target's weakness. Against enemy target with the lowest defense, deals standard damage rounds 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Okay, that seems like a pretty good skill tree. Let's go to the bottom. Standard attacks cause enemy stats minus 2% for 1 round. Okay, some debuff here. All enemy strike craft damage received plus percentage. Okay, more debuff. Against 2 enemy targets deals 10% damage. Okay, it's standard damage skill. First Blood. Against 2 enemy units deals 15% damage. And again, it's every other round, but it fires off in rounds 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. And then if it's maxed out, next damage dealt 50%. So that sounds like a good skill. 2 allied targets recover 5%. And this is every other round 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Okay, so a little bit of healing, which always comes in handy. Capital ship, 50% chance of gaining damage plus 7%. So, let's look at what we have here. So, his recommendations are you would put points in here to max it first. You would put points in here to max this. Shatter shot. Okay, makes sense. High damage output. This one to get that early round. Then you would go back over to target's weakness, which would come in handy after that first round damage you're getting. Because in round 2 it's going to target that. It's going to be more kills. And then round 5, you got the capital ship, 50% chance of gaining damage plus 7%. Okay. And then I would guess probably after that, if you have any extra points, you'd probably go into a little bit of healing. So, number 1, max this out second, max out this third, max out this fourth, and then max out this fifth. So, that's pretty good. For PvE, you would prioritize the R3 skill first. if you're just doing PvE, because you want that for early round damage. You want to use tankiest units available, like the Warhammers. You're best not to use it before you have those Warhammers, though, because you will take a lot of losses. Because this doesn't have great defense, it is all about early round damage and killing the enemy before they have a chance to do damage on the tiles. I mean, it seems like realistically the ship is meant for PvP, and taking higher strength tiles will result in some losses, even if you're using the heavies, but that will help mitigate some of your losses. You want you want skills for your gear, which is your officers. You're going to want officers. Let me go into one of mine so I can show some of the officers. You're going to want officers that give ship power. Let me get to one. Do I really not have one there? Well, you're going to want the officers that give you power and initiative stat increase, capital ship immunity skills, like stun or confusion immunity, evasion, pierce, pursuit skills are good. And then if you don't have any of the immunity skills on your officers, standard damage increase is always good, pursuit is always good, or skills that just improve tankiness or amplify your damage. So that's a good thing to know. I mean, theoretical good matchups for Cipher. Let me go back down to check Cipher. Theoretical good matchups would be other capital DD based ships. Cipher has insane early round damage, so you can go toe to toe with most other DDs. Just keep in mind you are a glass cannon, so those ships also will hurt. So that's definitely a term from Rise to War 1.0, glass cannon. He's all about dealing damage. He's not really going to be able to absorb much damage, so you're going to want to make up with that with some of your strike craft. High defense, probably the heavies. Your bad matchups are going to be the ships that inflict stuns and confusion on early rounds. An anti-heal commander or officer, if there is one, would be a good thing for him because you are going to have a headache with those heavy DD ships that have healing. But one of the good things, a lot of the bad matchups can be remedied with your officers because there is such a wide variety of officers and skills that they have. So that will help. So overall, Cipher, for being a rare, is a good damage dealer. Free to play friendly, so it's definitely one that all free to play players can focus on getting and using for bigger tiles or PvP. Showed you some of the skills that would be used in the order. Talked about the officers, talked about some good things and bad things about it. So, there is the guide on Cipher. So, as always, make the most out of what you got.